So here we go with this question where we want to maybe click on the pen and circle the mistakes. So the mistakes that were made were not following the order of operations, okay? They went ahead and just did 9 minus 5 because they're used to like just seeing something that's on the left and doing it, right? You know that you want to do what's in parentheses first. So this should have been done first and not this. The other mistake is that 2 to the third power, and that is how the best way I could show an exponent is 2 times 2 times 2. So this really should have been 8 and not 6. And then finally, when they transferred their work, and I see this all the time, from here to here, you notice how the 4 that was not in the fraction suddenly showed up in the fraction, and that is another problem, okay? So you want to make sure you're identifying these things, and obviously when you see somebody else do it, maybe it's easier to tell. But when you do it yourself, try to go back and always double check your work. So let's go ahead and show the process for how this should be done if you were asked to do something similar, hint, hint, on the quiz. And like we said from the start, we want to do the parentheses first. So the 9 minus 5 stays, and then now there's 5 there. While I'm at it, and I don't have a ton of room, I'm going to do the exponents, the next step in the order of operations, and we said that that was 8, 2 to the third power, plus 4 way over to the side. This is so important to do the parentheses first because now this is multiplication, and you'd want to do that even still before you minus 9 and 5, okay, or subtract 9 minus 5. So this is going to be 9 minus 25 over 8 plus 4, and then it's just a subtraction, a division, and addition away. So we're going to want to subtract 9 minus 25. That's going to be negative 16 divided by 8 plus 4. And if you feel like I'm going too fast, don't worry. You don't have to get this down. I'm not taking this for a grade. Negative 16 divided by 8 plus 4. I'm out of room, so I'm just going to come up here. Is simply negative 2 plus 4, and we end up with 2. The first step that we saw was taking the negative 5 and distributing it, right, to create that right there. So the property that best fits this is the distributive property. Boom, there it is. Next one, they kind of changed the order, right? They went from 9, 5x to 5x and 9, and they kept that sign in front. Always so key that you do that. So that is simply a use of the commutative property. And then they combine like terms, and that's not necessarily a property, but what is this step right here where they add 26, and if they're doing it to both sides, they're using the property of equality. And then in their very last step, they divided by negative 5. The key is they did it to both sides, so it's the property of equality again. Okay? Any questions on number 2? Doesn't look like it, so we're going to go on to the next one. Let me get rid of my little drawings here. And you're going to see maybe some of these on the quiz today where you have to evaluate the expression, but the expression is a function, okay? So we're evaluating this function for when x equals 4. What that means is take 4 and substitute it wherever you see x. So maybe this is about foxes or fires, and they're using F for that. We don't know. No context. But we do know that we have to go back and put 4 in for wherever we see x. And again, that 4, that last one, is on the side, not in the top. From here, after you substitute, it's just order of operations. So where will we start? Some people say parentheses, but there's nothing in the parentheses. So you'd actually want to do the exponent first. So this would be 3. 4 to the second power is 4 times 4, or 16. Divide by 6 minus 4. Now I'm showing you all these steps, but you don't need to do all these steps because if you put this all in your calculator, even from the start, and you did it correctly, exactly as you see it, it's going to do this all for you. So hopefully calculator or cell phone today on your quiz and you'll be done much faster. All right, 3 times 16 though, the long way is 48. Let me take my work over here. 48 divided by 6 is simply 8. 8 minus 4 is really just 4, and it could finish up with that F4 out in front. Okay, giving you an X value, an input value there, and a Y value, an output value. happen to be the same number. Not always going to be that way. There's equations in which there's nothing but letters. Here's your chance to see it done before you're asked to do it on your own. So if you're ever stuck on what to do first in solving an equation, think about what you would do first with the order of operations. You would do parentheses first, then you would multiply, and the last thing is you would subtract. But we want to reverse that order. We want to do everything backwards and the inverse operation. So the third thing was subtracting c. So the first thing I do is add c. Makes a zero pair, so it's gone. A, x plus b equaling dogs plus cats. Right? You can't add dogs and cats. That doesn't make any sense. So you just write dogs plus cats. All right, now we've got this distributive property. Some people were distributing in their homework, and I kind of made a note. Don't do that because this is multiplication, and we can simply undo the multiplication with division. And this is going to make things a lot easier because that cancels out, and all you're left with is x plus b, right? Much easier than the ax and the bx had you distributed the a. Over here, it's simply dogs plus cats divided by, let's say, maybe apes. Okay. Last thing we want to do is get x by itself by subtracting the bears. All right, subtracting b on both sides. Using the property of equality here, I'm going to end up with x equaling dogs plus cats divided by apes, and then you just put the b at the end, all right, the minus b. And that was kind of a theme for all these slides. I just kind of wanted to show you how that's a sidecar and nothing that